Hello, vinyl community. Jeff here. I have some new things that came in that I wanted to discuss. One big blunder on my part. But what we've got here today are a few things that were purchased on Amazon for a price drop and one that was a return. So I'm going to start with this return because this is where the big blunder. This is where I feel like a total idiot. This is the, king of imbecile situations. Back on November 4th, I believe if I looked right, I spoke of this album and how I was going to be returning it because it was messed up. And that's the new Tokyo Blade album, Dark Revolution. So I showed it. It's a double record set. It's on beautiful, red. It's back in black is the label. And I told the story basically, and see, all of this is making sense now that I think about it. So the problem with the original one that I received was first album played fine. Second album was all weird sounding, warbly and weird sounding. So I got this one and I immediately pulled out album 2. Now I'm going to show you because, this isn't favorable to, I guess, old people like me that lose my eyesight. I don't know. So here's album 2, right? Now, look what you got on here. You got song title, label, nothing on the sides. See, there's nothing on either side of the hole. All right, over on side 1, you do have the name of the label. I'm not going to be able to get this on here, but you get the name of the label. And in the smallest print you could think humanly possible, see what it says right there? Can you see that? 45 RPM. Record 1 is 33 1/3, as you would expect. That is such, you have to have the light just right. It is such a small, fine print that it says 45. Now, who would ever just immediately suspect when you get a double record set that one's going to be at one speed and the other album's going to be at another? So I am such an imbecile that I did not check that. I was thinking that the sound was just a little off. I was playing with the pitch and the speed, the automatic speed. But anyway, turns out the one I returned probably was fine because I was not playing the second album on 45. Now, in hindsight, now that I think about it, because I told the story how this album was released. It's got 11 songs on it. It was initially released as a one album release. And it only contained 8 songs. Now, whether or not that was a bad mistake and it was recalled or what the story goes, whether it's reissues or deluxe, I don't know. But it kind of makes sense that it was probably a mistake and it was recalled. And I'm assuming what they did to rectify this is they put out the other 3 songs because the second album just has 3 songs on it. And they put it on 45. And they probably reused the 8-song albums that were a mess up. So you got 8 songs at 33 1/3, and you got 3 songs. Because my thoughts are, why would you do that? Why not put 4 on one side? It's 8. There's 11 tracks. Put 5 on one and 6 on the other, and make them both 45. But it would make sense that obviously the 8-track edition was released, printed. Oops, we made a mistake. Let's quickly print a second disc with 3 songs on it. Put it at 45 because there's such few songs, and add that to this gatefold and release it. So I'm thinking that's probably what happened. Anyway, my point was, it's a great album. My point was, I totally brain fart, did not even check that other version. I didn't even notice it or think that it would be a different speed. So therefore, I probably returned a set that was probably fine, and I just did not play that on the right side. Right set. Anyway, I got it. It's great. I'm sorry that I returned one. I don't know what the deal is. Now I know. I just never expected to have an album where both albums are different speeds. Anyway, jumping ahead to my stupidity. This is a funny story. I got Metallica's S&M. Let me just, it's an old album. Everybody's, whatever. It is what it is. Last year for Christmas, I got, we went to, I guess it was Barnes & Noble. And I don't like buying records from Barnes & Noble. Their prices are, retail prices, they're up there unless they got something on sale. We went there, though, and I found, I think, my Garage Inc., And the price that they had it on, was actually the same or cheaper than Amazon. So I went ahead and they had this, the S&M. And it also, the price was same as an Amazon. It wasn't like it was outrageously more expensive. And so the thought was to buy them for Christmas. And I think last year I got garage ink. But anyway, my wife went in there to get them, and she didn't buy this. She ended up getting me, a Queen and a Tom Petty and whatever. But so this got left behind, and I never did pick this up. Now, fast forward to this year, my wife's back at Barnes & Noble. She's looking at things, and she asked me, did you ever get the S&M album? And I'm like, no. So I assumed she's probably going to buy it for Christmas. But however, by the time I replied to her, she was already left the store. A week later, this pops up on Amazon. So this is a 3-record set, and it usually averages around $50. I'm like, I just hate spending $50 on an album, blah, 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 even though it's a 3-record set, yada, yada. So it's been put on the back burner in the $50 range, $50-something range. All of a sudden, I get notice from my thing that I monitor on Amazon that this had dropped to $28. And I'm like, so I got a hold of my wife real quick and said, you didn't just, you didn't buy it, did you? She said, no, I never did. So I went ahead and ordered it. So this $50 record dropped to $28. I think with tax and shipping and all that, it was probably like $30. So I went ahead and grabbed that. I mean, it is what it is. I bought the S&M 2 a while back, and so now it's nice to have the first one. So yes, there you go. And it's one of those reissues. I think this one is a couple years old. They've reissued that. It's the black and record ones that they reissued. All right, this dropped a little. This is a fairly new release, and I mean, it didn't go crazy, but I picked up the new Faster Pussycat. This is the one that just got reissued, first time on vinyl, milky, whipped cream looking, and it was always in the mid to upper $20 range, and it dropped to like $20 even. So I went ahead and pounced on that. I wanted to have that in, and the reason I pounced on it at the time is I also have, an Amazon Associates account on various sites, and so make a penny here, make a penny there when people click on things. And I had gotten a like $10 payout for that. But every couple months I get a little bit of money, and so I thought, I'm going to do that, and I dumped the $10 into this, got it for, $10. Grabbed that, and so yeah, I have their other 2 albums that were reissued a handful of years ago. And while I was getting that, I went ahead and got this Blow Up Your Video by AC/DC, only because this has been sitting on my wish list in the teens. It's like $12, $13, $14, 15, something like that. So I went ahead and threw that in. Again, it's a reissue, nothing super special here, just a lot of holes in my AC/DC collection, so I grabbed that. Now this one actually, I've had this one probably a week or two. This actually dropped on Amazon to $9.99. Not through Amazon. It was through a third-party seller. So you had $4 shipping. But still, I jumped on it. Wicked Wonderland by Lita Ford. Now, this is that, strange time in the Lita Ford catalog. This and the Black Album, where it was very alternative feeling. Very modern feel, rock type stuff. Anyway, kind of surprised that, I don't know, it even got reissued on vinyl, but I wanted to get it. Big fan, wanted to have them all. And so when it dropped to $9.99, and it was marked as good. If you're familiar with Amazon, you've got new, like new, very good, good, acceptable. You got all these different rankings. Good usually means there's something wrong with it. I thought for $10 I'll take a chance, because I probably would never get this album for that cheap. Let's see what good. They didn't have any notes in there that said cosmetic damage or scratches or anything. It just said good. And so I did it, and I got it. And I don't, got it, nothing wrong with it. Probably could, there's nothing wrong with it. There's no scratches. It sounds and plays perfect. I would call this near mint, or at the least very good. There's nothing wrong with the cover, nothing wrong with the album. So I don't know, somebody that didn't really know how to rank them, but absolutely phenomenal to get for the price. The album itself, very odd, very odd. It's got a male singer that sings some of the stuff with her, that's going back and forth. Very, alternative grunge, totally different style. I listened to it and I'm like, well, now I know why. I don't know. It's it probably won't get a lot of spins. It's just really different, weird. It's kind of weird. Nothing like what I was used to from. I'm really a fan of the first two albums, and then she started going kind of commercial, and with the other albums, which I like. But and I like her later albums. The ones that have come out since in the past 10, 15 years. But this is really one of the odd ones. Same with the Black album. I think it's called Black. They're just kind of in that time frame when bands were trying to exist in the ever-changing styles of music during the grunge and alt-rock feel. But that's it. Just a handful of new things that have come in that actually were just price drops that I went ahead and pounced on again. So great stuff. Thanks for watching. I will be back. If I don't talk to you before the holidays, have a Merry Christmas. Whatever you celebrate, have fun. Rock on and rock hard.